Hi, lovers. Hi, how are you guys doing? Hilma Daniel here. Hilma Daniel. I have a little bit of new looks because I'm sorry, I'm still wearing my warm clothes or warm sleeping something because it's a little bit cold in our room. This location is just cold. I don't know why. It's a little bit cold. How are you guys doing? Hilma, Daniel, please do like, do subscribe. This is a channel where we talk about productive stuffs. Where we talk about productive stuffs, things where we learn a thing or two from. So, last month, I want to believe last month, eh? I want to believe it was last month. I came across a video. When women are coming out to tell their stories online, men are also coming to tell their side of the stories. So there's one gentleman that came to tell his side of the story, and I remember him making a point where I'm just going to give you a little bit of a scenario where the sister and the wife were having issues. Ne? So when they were having issues and he had to, in a way, solve the problem. And when he solved he's saying that the wife came to him saying ABC, and then he was like, okay, fine, can I remember this perfectly well? You, I sit the both of you down, I hear your side of the story, and then I correct whoever is wrong. Name, but the main aim of me actually telling this story is to say that I think when this gentleman said, do not allow a woman to come between you and your siblings or you and your family, that hit me. I know I'm a woman, but that hit me. Ne? I know I'm a woman, ne? But that hit me. First of all, ne? Based now on this story, but I want to generalize it later, eh? So that I give my 2 cents on what I think about this. First of all, ne? Women, I don't know, and I don't understand why women were problematic. Ne? We are very, 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 very problematic. First of all, ne? You do not want, your wife can be a problematic wife, or your sisters can be problematic. Your sister, let me say a sister in this particular, because he spoke of a sister. A sister can be a problematic sister. Okay, what I do not understand is that where do these two people really find room for them to be crashing? Is it that your sister comes to your house to come and crash here? Or is it that your wife goes to your house to go and crash there? Or what exactly happens here? Men, I just made a video on a family, being married in a family that hates me, that does not appreciate you, that treats you a certain way. I made that video. It was a quite lengthy video where I've said that it's very much important for you to have your own things. You as a man, when you get married, it's very important for you to be ready to leave your parents' house and go build your family, your house with your new family. Name. There's one thing that I think most men are making as mistakes. I'm not going to say women that you are marrying are not problematic, but I want to believe that there's one thing that men make as a mistake. Before, just a year or so, when I was busy with when we were busy with our wedding preparations, I listened a lot to Owami Entertainment. She divorced just closer to those years when we were busy getting married or making our preparations, and she was very open about sharing a few mistakes that she did in a marriage, some of the things that happened she was so open to share her stories and to share the advices accordingly. So if you are really listening with an open mind, you will learn a lot from divorced women. You will learn a lot. quite a lot. Ne? Now, there's one thing that Oami said that I believe most men, ne, we are guilty of. There's something that he mentioned. I'm not quoting her because it's a while back, but I just want to remember something in a sentence where she said, sometimes when, as a woman, when your husband's family is busy hating you, it's not because they don't like you. Sometimes it's because this person that you have in the house as a husband is the one busy dishing out whatever to the family, so that the family now gets room to hate you. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. Because you find this gossip between your sisters and you, because in a way, this man spoke of a situation where they had an issue and she had to run to the same sister. Ne? Sometimes these people, they're not disrespecting you because they're disrespecting you. Sometimes these people are disrespecting you because they've opened rooms for these people to disrespect you. For example, a person feeling comfortable to just gossip you with your husband. In a way, or a person just feels a way very, very comfortable to discuss things that he's not supposed to be discussing with your husband. For as much as you are sisters and brothers, there are just specific things that you go like, no, this one I cannot talk to my sister about. This one I cannot talk to my brother about. But when the common denominator is a wife and your sister-in-law, what the hell is happening there? I just put that there, to say that sometimes men, be very careful what you discuss, and be very, very careful the room that you give to your siblings when it comes to your wives in discussions. There are specific things you don't discuss with your siblings about your wife. There are specific things that you can feel comfortable discussing, but there are just specific things that you don't just wake up and then you discuss to avoid dramas. Now, let me come to the main point of a man saying, sometimes do not allow another woman to come between you and your siblings. Correct. He is very much correct. Do not allow another woman to come between you and your siblings. And it's very important, this same energy that you are using from this side, use it on the other side. Do not allow your siblings to come between you and your wife. We are having people that are problematic, just problematic. Ne? And you are just problematic. And in the way, I believe in calling a spider a spider. I believe in calling a snake a snake. I don't believe in making my husband go between him and his family members. I believe in, if you are looking for me, and you are looking for me too much, and I am tired of you, I'm going to tell you to stop doing the nonsense that you are doing. There's a video that I made back then, and I say that we sometimes make it very difficult for men, and I do not want to imagine a woman, a wife, fighting with a sister, and the man is the referee. And I do feel and I understand this man, because the man is saying, when you people did what you did, I was not there. Now you are telling me what you are telling me. What if what you are telling me is not true? And then I end up siding with you, and you are the guilty one. And then now I lose my sister for life. Because remember, we are women and we are full of emotions. If I choose your side, that is my sister. What is my sister going to say about me? Or sometimes I side with my sister, but you are the one that is correct. And here I am siding with my sister. You are not going to feel good, and I'm not going to have a happy home. Sometimes it's only fair enough to sit these people down. let me say, for instance, I'm a man. This is how I'm going to handle these situations. I'm going to put this scenario here because I think we have sons, and it's about time we talk. We have these tough discussions. I am a husband. I'm in the shoes of a husband. I have a wife and I have a sister. This is me as a husband. Between me and my sisters, and my wife and my sisters, I will sit and I will observe. Introduce them to one another, they get to know each other, and I'll sit back. When I'm sitting back, I'm observing these people. If I hear you as my wife nagging or just throwing words about my sister that are not nice, I will listen. I'm listening. Wife comes home one day and she's like, oh, your sister said this to me. I'm not okay with it. I'll listen. Very calmly so. Okay. Listen to your sister. Whenever you are talking to your sister, or whenever you are chilling, or whenever you are meeting at events, listen. What does your sister say about your wife? Anything that she throws on the ground and says, I don't like this about your wife, or your wife did this, or your wife is like this, or that girl that you chose for yourself, I don't like her. Pay attention. Or your wife is, whatever your sister says, because it looks like these women always have things to say about one another. Whenever these two speak, pay attention. That is now when you know, okay, these two, they're in directly. Or if one says one thing about the other, just know, from today on, even if you have a problem in your marriage, this sister is not the one to go to. Even if you are having challenges, this sister is not the one to go to, because already there's bad blood there. This sister is not the one to go to. If you are going through life and life comes, in your relationship, problems of a relationship, if your problems hits the roof and they're coming all over you, she's not the go-to person. Pay attention. In life, we go to people that have wisdom in the things when we have problems, more especially in relationships and marriages. You wouldn't want to run around with people, and after you 10, they're either talking about you, they're making fun of your situations, or they're letting the whole world that there's fire in your home, there's no peace. That's not what you want. Mostly when we go to people with problems, we want solutions to our problems. Or else, if we have problems and we want out, we just simply say, I'm done, I'm gone. But the moment you go to the next person, you're like, oh, I'm experiencing ABC. Deep down inside your heart, what you want is help. What you want inside there is help. Is for you to go like, somebody to go like, okay, fine, this is my advice on this, or let me see how well I can help you, or let me see if I can call the two of you down and speak to you. And normally that is not your sister, honey. Your sister cannot, because your sister is the same age and you cannot sit me down with my problems as a wife. Look for somebody bigger, like your mother, if she's fair enough, like an aunt, if she's fair enough, like an elderly lady in your family, if she's fair enough with wisdom. Not everybody that is old enough have wisdom. Or a pastor with wisdom. And preferably, people that have been in marriages for too long. You do not just go and pick a person because they are 70, they are 60, they are 50, but they've never been in a marriage. They know nothing about a marriage. There is not a go-to person. Now, you don't mix these two together. You try your level best to not put them together. If you are to put them together, try to be there. If they find themselves in a situation, remember, I spoke about sometimes we give our sisters room to disrespect our wives. The moment your sister is comfortable bringing anything, either to your WhatsApp, either to your SMSs, either to your calls, either to a conversation with disrespect about your wife, the moment you are entertaining that, know you are creating a problem. Know when to say, hold up, you and me cannot talk about such we cannot discuss such topics about my wife. Know when to put these people in their places. They are your family, but know when to put boundaries. If the person comes to you with something that the discussion is not okay, or a gossip type of thing, know when to say, The moment you create the room for gossip between your siblings, then there's a problem. Remember, they're your siblings. And remember, this is a person that loves you. For as much as this is your family, this is your lover. These people are not on the same page. Everybody have their own special place in your heart. And everybody must know their place. Siblings, mothers, parents, wives. These people are never going to be put on a scale. For as much as we want to put them on a scale, they are not going to be on a scale. Hence, the reason why we have so many issues among mother-in-laws, daughter-in-laws, sister-in-laws. Brothers-in-laws are probably a problem, but men seem to be calm. Oh my God. Eve. Adam seems to be better. Eve. Now, when you don't create room for gossip, you then see if these people are living in the same house and they're having crushes, being at your parents' house, you as a man, get your wife out and go live somewhere else. Separate these people. They cannot be under the same roof. If they are separated, you now sit back and observe. When they are coming with conflict, where does it start? How does it start? Where does it come from? Is it because your sister is coming to your wife, your house to cause problems? Or is it because your sister is the one going to your parents' house, or your wife is the one going to your parents' house to cause problems? You see, when you are listening, what exactly is happening? If you find out that, okay, wifey, whenever he go visits the parents, something is not right, then you bring a strategy to say that, look, looks like there's a problem at my parents' house. Now we are going to be going together. Either we go together for a weekend, we go together for a visit, we go together and then we come back. If your wife is the one your sister is the one coming to your house to cause dramas here, then you tell your sister to say, look, it looks like you and my wife are not understanding each other. You can visit us mostly when I am around, just for a visit, then you go back home. You are not allowed to come and sleep here because my wife is not happy. You are not bringing us peace here. Observe. And if after doing what you can as a man, these people are still not getting along, this is what I would advise you do. If your wife comes to you and say, baby, your sister did A, B, C, D, E, F to me, tell your wife, first on hand, I understand, I fully understand what you are saying, but I need you to understand that is my sibling. Whatever is happening, can you try to get me evidence? So that when I am going to approach my sister, I am going to approach my sister knowing that I don't believe you, but I just want to be a fair judge. Because now you are put in a very critical situation. That is your sister, this is your woman. Can you try to get me evidence of the things that you're talking about? If it have to go to a point where you have to record her, if you get a chance to, if it goes to a point where she's writing you a message or sending you audios, bring them. I want to see them. And if it's so critical and you are unable to get me evidence, unfortunately, I have to sit you down. When I sit you down, you are going to say your side of the story. You are going to say your side of the story. If it happens that your sides are making sense, because There are situations where now if people are caught in that situation, everybody says what they say. You say what you say. You say what you say. And at the end of the day, you just don't know. Everyone is trying to make themselves look nice. Then you just don't know how to make a fair decision. Then you tell them politely to say, guys, you are telling me two different stories. I don't know whose side I should be on right now. But unfortunately, guys, this is not the way. Find a way to get along. If you don't find a way to get along, guys, everybody stay at the houses. And don't ever meet up. Delete each other's numbers. If you need to speak to my wife, speak through me. If you need to speak to my sister, speak through me. No, since the two of you, because who wants to walk around being a referee of two adults? If you want to talk, through the chair. If you want to talk, through the chair. Because who wants to walk around being a referee of two adults? I don't think it's fair enough. I personally am a woman. Me as a woman, I wouldn't want to come from a house like myself, full of love. Where I'm coming from is full of love. My home is full of love. Of course, there are challenges, but before I speak to my siblings, irregardless of their age, I have to be thoughtful. Thoughtful that whatever I say does not hurt them. I've never my whole life been in a situation where, of course, we can, have our conversation as tough as it is. But if I see I'm at fault, I apologize. If my sister sees they're at fault, they apologize. We move on. But there's no way I've never gone days or weeks or what. I'm mad at my sister. I'm not talking to my sisters. I'm not talking to my parents. I'm mad at them I can be sad about a situation, but I cannot say I'm not talking to people. But there are people that are very, very comfortable with saying, oh, I'm not talking to you. I come from an era where there's a problem at hand, we solve it, we move forward. If you are at fault, apologize. If you are not at fault, we move on. It's irregardless. If a person comes tomorrow and say, how are you? Then I am good, how are you? We are moving on. It's not a matter of how are you? You are quiet. What do you mean? I'm good, how are you? We are moving on. The person is sorry, I am sorry for whatever, okay, we are moving on. But this thing of women, we are putting men in difficult position. When he said, do not let a woman come between me, you and your siblings. There is a man that is getting a divorce. When people are getting a divorce, now you are another woman. You are just another woman. This is my family. And remember, marriages to come to an end. We have moments where people, we be in a relationship and you go like, oh, we cannot take it anymore. We are ending here. Now, in a situation where we are divorcing because we don't understand each other and you have ruined the relationship between me and my siblings, where do I fall back to? Where do me now in the shoes of a man, where do I fall back to? Because I need to fall back to something. And I cannot fall back to my family because I've been siding with you the whole time. And now, this thing didn't work. Now I don't even have a family. Because we don't... me growing up, there was a friend of mine, and she was telling me a story, very, very hectic story about her and her siblings. And when she's telling me these things, I'm like, because I've never seen it before. I've never seen it before, either with my father's siblings, either with my mother's siblings, even with us. I've never seen it before. I didn't really come across a situation so closer when siblings have issues to a point where they cut each other off, to a point where they don't talk to each other. I've never seen such things before. So when I experienced this, I was like, What is it that is so difficult, that is so big, that you two have done to one another, that you cannot apologize to one another? What is it that your brother made a choice of a woman and you just can't seem to be standing your brother's choice? Do you know that you are making life very difficult for your brother? Do you know? Do you think about how difficult you are making it for your sibling? Because your brother does not want to be a referee. It's not, even when he said it's not easy to be a referee between your wife and your sister. I felt that guy. I am a woman and I want to say 100% agree with that guy. Maybe us as women, are we putting men in situations also? Because it looks like we are too quick to be out here to be talking about how men are treating us. But are we sure we are putting men in positions, good positions, to love the both of us as we should be? Because my husband is my husband. My sibling is my sibling. My parents are my parents. All these people, they hold a very special place in my heart. These people are equal. I need them in my life until old age, until wherever we are stopping. I need them. They are all equally important. And this, I want to believe it's the same with the men. There are people, however, coming from families where they are not talking to one another and they look at it like it's normal. It's not normal. Hence, when you come with your wife, they don't value that because they do not understand the importance. You know, just yesterday, I was, not yesterday, yeah, yesterday is Friday, ne? Yeah, yesterday I was listening to an audio of a man. He was giving a speech at the funeral of somebody, and he made a very, 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 very important point. He was talking and he said to people, women, I do not know what happened to the woman, and she says, women, their parents, one of you are going to leave problems to us. You not talking to one another is not right. I think we need to make a video separately on this. This was strictly in-laws, what sister and a wife and a man as a referee. But I want to believe that the backgrounds where we are coming from, people that don't appreciate sisterhood and brotherhood are the ones mostly that I don't want to believe all of them, but I want to believe that might also be a contribution. Because this man says, one, you are going to leave problems for us. Now, your elders not talking to one another. You die here. You are going to leave us not talking to our cousins. What have you done to one another that you are unable to forgive one another? And that hit very hard. You are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. You are not perfect, but you expect the next person to be perfect. When they send in situations where something is not clear, you have to come to the table. You say your feelings, I appreciate them. I say my feelings, you appreciate them. We move. But moving from here, let us move knowing very well that no. For me, if I do this to Hilma, she's not going to be happy. For you, if I do this to whoever, she's not going to be happy. So when we are walking, we know our boundaries and then we keep the respect. People are going to be okay. But in all honesty, we are creating unnecessary dramas. Because now if you come from a place where people are not talking to one another, you wouldn't even appreciate a relationship. Remember when your brother I'm talking to both people here. When your brother marries a woman, that woman comes in a place of a brother or a sister to you. When you marry in people's family, that person comes in a place of a sister or a brother to you. So such, of course, you don't know each other. You are going to set boundaries if people are stepping on you, but relationships are very important. But do not put this man in a situation where he have to be a referee. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair for the guy. However, also, men, be careful. Stop gossiping your sisters with your wives with your you are creating unnecessary dramas. There's a say that when Wami was talking, she was saying there are specific things that you don't say to your wife. And there are specific things that you don't say to your sisters. I think for as much as we want to say she is your wife, you tell her everything. In all honesty, we do not need to know everything about your siblings. All we want to know is what we need to know that is beneficial. The moment you create room for gossiping your siblings with your wife, you might be creating something that is not okay. The moment you create room to be gossiping your wife with your siblings, you are creating something that is not okay. You need these people to be close and to love one another like sisters, not to gossip one another. You can talk about something that is not right if it needs to be fixed or if you need any assistance, but just pure gossips. No, pure gossip is not the one, guys. It's not the one. We want to get away from a situation where we are finding ourselves as a referee. You don't want to be a referee between your sister and your wife. So do not put your sister, your wife in a position to disrespect your sisters because you are busy gossiping your sisters with your wives. Do not put your sisters in a complicated situation because you are busy gossiping your wife with your sisters. That is how I'm going to conclude. And very important, relationships are very important. This thing, of people not talking to one another, I don't know where we are heading with this, but children are then gonna be affected in this whole mess. The moment you become a parent, you reason differently. Children are then going to be affected in this whole mess because children cannot easily say, oh, let me go visit uncle. I want to go visit my cousins. No, you as a mother, you're going to be like, you cannot go there. Why? Because you are not talking to uncle's wife. When kids grow up and they're going to be, but I want to go visit auntie. You as a wife, you are then saying, no, you are not going there because you don't talk to auntie. Even if the baby wakes up not feeling well, auntie cannot pick up a phone and say, no, auntie to the husband's wife, to the brother's wife, oh, the baby have a flu. Oh, okay, no, the baby have a flu. Let's quickly do this. Oh, let's quickly do this. Because you two are not talking to one another. And it's funny that sometimes people are not talking to one another because of the most silliest, stupidest reasons on this planet. You are walking around, no. I don't think I can have, and God must help me, not to create rooms where I find myself not talking to people. Let us have forgiving hearts. If somebody does something to you, it's okay. But if a person comes tomorrow and say, hello, it's hello, we are moving forward. But we are not going to say hello moving forward while you are disrespecting us. No, we must all learn and then we all move forward. These things of dramas and men in between, referee. And also stop putting men in situations, because what if you divorce tomorrow? You want the men to fight for you, but if you divorce tomorrow, you are gone. He's left with his mom and with his siblings. Now he cannot speak to his siblings and his parents because he the whole time have been a referee of you. And God knows whether you have been innocent or not innocent. Guys, we are old, ne? I made a video on a family, getting married in a family that hates me. Be in your lane. When you are far away from everybody, nobody is going to disturb you. Men, when you are willing to leave your parents' home and go and build a home with your wife and your kids, nobody is going to disturb your wife. Ne? I picked up some of this conflict, they just come because people are staying together. Or some people on say that, uja kaeni, what relax. Mara, you are just busy typing, writing and nonsense to people's husbands. Or, kaeni, Mara, otohinjara, every time your husband comes, you are just having stories to tell about somebody's siblings. Who talks about your siblings? Women, we are cut from a whole different cloth, hey? Yeah, maybe there are also men, brothers-in-laws that are dramatic. We are yet to hear. We are yet to, observe that. But I want to second this man. In conclusion, I want to second this man and say that do not let a woman come between your siblings, your family, you and your family. Guys, we need to understand that everybody is equally important. But do not let a woman come between you and your family when you are doing the right things. Imagine me, I have my son. Then my son grows up. And then next thing, my son can't even come visit me because wife is just trying to be funny. Or I cannot have a relationship with my son because I am just a mother-in-law that is just dramatic. Respect is earned, not given. And the respect is earned and not given, it goes across. No age boundaries. Respect is earned and not given. Let me tell you a very, very simple story about how my baby scratched me here. Before if you can see, I have a very big scratch here. My baby scratched me. We went to the north to my friend's wedding, and my baby wakes up in the morning around 6 o'clock. He wants to go poo-poo, do number 2. I don't know. Now the baby wakes up and he is standing up in the morning, 6 o'clock. And I'm telling, come back, come sleep. I am used to this baby just waking up, and sometimes when I'm with him, he's too playful. He doesn't take me serious, And then I took him and then a little bit, please come sleep. Then he cried a little bit. Then I brought him closer and then I gave him the breast. He breastfed and he slept a little bit. He woke up again and then he's going. And then me, I'm bringing him, please come back. That baby came and he just scratched me so hard. Oh, I was busy doing this because I'm like, oh, this was hard. What's happening? You scratched me. I'm going to cut your nails. Because I was like, oh, your nails are long. I felt the pain. While I was busy doing this, my baby went closer to the bed because we were sleeping on a mattress. It's in the village, in my parents' house. And he just went there, and then next thing I heard was, the baby is pooping. And in that moment, I felt very guilty because the baby cannot speak to say, mommy, leave me. I want to go and poop. And my baby doesn't poop in front of people. He goes a little bit there, and then he poops. He scratched me because in a way, he feels ununderstood. He feels disrespected because how do I go poop? But you are beating me, telling me to sleep when I want to go and poop. You are an elder. I cannot speak. And indeed, in self-defense, he scratched me. So with this little story, we learn every day. Respect is earned and not given, and it goes across. Let us not put men in difficult situations, all of us. You as a wife, respect your husband's siblings. You as a woman, respect your sister, respect your brother's wife. That's the only way we can coexist. Do not walk around creating unnecessary dramas. Respect is earned and not given. And the respect comes across. Ne? Let me conclude with that. I'll see you guys in my next video. That is it from me, Hilma Danielle. Please do like, do subscribe, do share my video. Let us share wisdom. What do you think about a man saying that you must not allow another woman or a woman, being it a wife, to come between you and your family? What do you think? It's quite complicated, more especially if the wife is innocent, but a wife cannot be innocent all the time. We cannot walk around saying all the wives are innocent. There are those problematic ones. Ne? And somebody can just be a referee. What do you think? What do you say? How well do you think somebody must, handle a situation of a wife and a sister fighting one another, and you as a man, you are expected to be a referee? How well do you then handle that situation without breaking relationships with all of them? Because this is your lover, this is your sibling. All of us are very, very important. All of us holds a very special place in this man's life. Okay, that's it from me, Hilma Danielle. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.